What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bulls managed to get the job done in our first game of a back-to-back against the San Antonio Spurs. It was a terrific second half performance and a very good fourth quarter performance that sealed this victory over the San Antonio Spurs, and we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot of good players that will be praised in this video. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls overall game today. Who was your player of the game? I don't think there's too many questions about this one. Your thoughts and opinions on how well the Bulls played in total. We won this game 128 to 104, and I think the scoreline definitely flattered us. Look, there was, at the end of the day, a very close game here between the San Antonio Spurs and the Chicago Bulls for 3 out of the 4 quarters, but we cracked this thing wide open in the late third, early fourth quarters of this game, and the Bulls never looked back. I've always said San Antonio has caused us problems in the past. I don't necessarily think the Bulls played a tremendous first half. I think they had a good first quarter and a bit of a letdown in the second quarter, but they responded well. They pushed through all of the circumstances, and we saw some very exciting basketball today, and I've got to give full credit to this Bulls team for delivering some of the best basketball I've seen this season. Definitely the most highlight-worthy basketball I have seen from the Bulls team this season. And again, we've kind of closed the barrier here in terms of our record and whatnot. We usually never climb over the barrier to get an opportunity to get to 500, let alone potentially go above 500 after this situation. But again, with this win, we are now 1 game below 500. We haven't been there most of this season. We've always been around 2 to 5, and every time we get to 2 games below 500, we'll fall back to 5, we'll fall back to 4 games below 500. So it's a big game, this one, and we got the job done. And now the next game against Memphis becomes increasingly more important by this Bulls team. If we can win that game, we can climb to 500, and that, I guess, run that we all want maybe still doesn't happen, but it's a possibility at least that it can happen after this game against the Spurs, and hopefully after the next game against Memphis. What I liked about this Bulls team, I'll tell you first what I didn't like. There were so many points in the paint for the San Antonio Spurs. It was borderline ridiculous the amount of easy opportunities they had in the paint. Again, I think they're known for that, to be honest, with the San Antonio Spurs system and whatnot. Yes, they can shoot threes, but they are going to get the best shot available with ball movement and team play. And that's exactly kind of how the Spurs played in this time out. And most of their points came within the paint's area. So that was a bit frustrating. But for the Bulls side of things, team effort, ball movement, everybody involved, everybody had a solid game today, and that's usually when you start to see that winning basketball come to play. When everybody gets involved, everybody has a chance to succeed on this team. It's a different breed when we play like that. The only problem that we have is that we don't play like that enough. So hopefully this is that turning point. Again, you always want to see a turning point. You never know it's going to come. Personally, I still don't think it's going to come. I don't know when we see that turning point, if we see that turning point. But you got to give this Bulls team a chance to perform in that way. And this performance can hopefully be what's, I guess, the standard for the Bulls. I hope. You can only hope in this season. It's still a long way to go, which means that you could still see the downfall of the Bulls, but maybe this can be the upside of what we've seen this season. At the end of the day, we are very close to the All-Star break. Hopefully by the end of the All-Star break, we move over into that March and April stretch. We will have an incredible run of form. We'll have that 5, 6, 7 game win streak that we're looking for, and maybe we can make some noise in the East. I hope that's where it's headed. But until then, I'll say this, for the short term, I'm very happy with our 3-game win streak. I'm very happy with the performances that we've seen, and it's only up to the Bulls now to keep it up. They put themselves in this situation. The downfalls, they put themselves in it. The upsides, they put themselves in it. The good and the bad, it's all been by the Bulls. They put themselves in this situation, and with this 3-game win streak, they're putting themselves in another situation, another position where they can fight to get above 500, which is where this team should be. be by all metrics, but we just haven't seen it. So hopefully that's the start, or at least the stepping stone for the Bulls that they can climb over. We shall wait and see. I wouldn't give my hopes up, but I also wouldn't lose hope either, if you know what I'm trying to say. Let's go into those individual performances. We have a lot to get through here. Starting off with DeMar DeRozan, 19 points, 1 rebound, and 5 assists with a steal in this game. 8 from 17 from the field. I would say it's a good night for DeMar, mainly because he didn't need to really do, I guess, everything for this team to actually walk away with a win. Again, we're going to be talking about a lot of balanced performances in this game, and that's team basketball, balanced performances, everybody involved. I think we have a very, very good bench. I still do. I never really discredited the bench for any of our performances, really. It's always been down to me, the big three, not playing well. But of course, the bench for some games do have to get involved in that conversation as well. But when the bench is involved and DeMar is getting his stats, Vooch is getting his stats, Zach getting his stats, just everybody seems to be on a different level when we play like that. So again, I hope they can just understand you have to play like this on a consistent level. It's really as simple as that. That's how you're going to get winning basketball on a consistent level, when you get everybody involved in the game. And we'll wait and see what ends up happening in the future. But DeMar, I would say it's a good game for DeMar. Patrick Williams, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. 4 from 7 from the field, 1 from 2 from the 3-point line. Patrick Williams had a very good game in my opinion. Again, a lot more efficient this time out than the previous results that we've seen from him. Very aggressive today as well. Almost got one of the best posterizers I've ever seen, but he tends to miss a lot of those, to be fair. And he's got a couple of good aggressive dunks. So can't complain too much about Patrick Williams altogether. Very, very happy with his performance. I always love when we see Patrick Williams get over double digits, because he shows, I guess, improvement, because that's something we don't normally see from him. Just based on his statistics alone, you could tell that. So again, very, very happy for Patrick Williams. Nikola Vucevic, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks in this game. 10 from 18 from the field, and 2 from 6 from the 3-point line. I said it at the beginning of the season, I'll say it now as well. This is the luxury of having 2 very good centers in your team. And again, the fact that we did not see Andre Drummond for over a month on a consistent level is a crime. It's unforgivable in many ways, because those 2, in my opinion, without any one of them, we lose this game. Simple as that. I really think they make that much of a difference. When you have Vucevic out there in the paint, post hooks, mid-ranges, 3-point shots, you got all of them alongside of his rebounds and his playmaking. What a terrific game from Nikola Vucevic. But the best part about it is that when he gets his rest, he gets his opportunity to sit on the bench, recuperate, take some extended time on the bench as well. Andre Drummond has his best game of the season this time out. And no, you don't expect the stat line that Andre Drummond gets today every single night. You just don't. But close to a double-double every night, you can expect that from Andre Drummond. It's really as simple as that, even in limited minutes. So again, it's a luxury to have Andre Drummond on this team. And it's great to have Vucevic playing a very good game today as well. I think both of them were massive towards this Bulls team. So congratulations to Nikola Vucevic. Zach LaVine, a 20 points, 4 rebound, and 3 assist performance in this game. 7 from 14 from the field, and 1 from 5 from the 3-point line. I wouldn't necessarily say this is Zach's the most amazing game, but again, very similar to DeMar. We didn't need Zach or DeMar, or even, again, we didn't need any of them to have amazing, great, fantastic, brilliant games. When there's a situation when the Bulls are not playing well, when guys like Ayo and Pat are not aggressive, or the bench is struggling a bit, you need Zach. You do. You need Zach to step it up and drop his 30. You need DeMar. You need DeMar to be, I guess, a shot maker in this team and get to the foul line. You need both of those things from Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. But in a game like this, where close to everybody was highly involved in this game, again, I'm smiling from ear to ear. I'm so happy with this game because I got to see a valiant team effort where the stars did not have to, I guess, play isolation and hero ball to get us out of situations where we're struggling. So I'm very, very happy with both Zach and DeMar's performances, even though statistic-wise, they're not necessarily amazing. Ayo Dosunmu, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists in this game, 4 from 6 from the field, and no 3-point shots today. And this is exactly how I think Ayo is the most effective. Going downhill, attacking the basket with full force. He has a strong layup package. He's got reverse layups there. He's got high off the arc layups. He's just got his normal layups as well. And to me, the way that I watch it, his layups almost feel unblockable sometimes. Now, of course, he does get blocked here or there. We understand that with Ayo. He's still a young player. It's okay. But that's when Ayo's at his best, in my opinion. Aggressive, cutting to the basket. Yes, he had 6 shots today, which is not necessarily as aggressive as we would like. Same with Patrick Williams. He only had 7 shots. But he's making those shots, and he's taking very, very easy shots in terms of his caliber. And being aggressive in that way and just getting those easier opportunities down the basket. It's, again, points are points. It doesn't matter how easy or hard they come by. If you can get the easy points, you take those easy points all day long. So that's what I'm very happy about with, obviously, Ayo Dosunmu. A good game from him alongside a 4 assists. Very, very good night. Moving into our bench, Coby White, 12 points, 1 rebound and 4 assists, 2 steals on the night as well, 4 from 8 from the field, and 1 from 4 from the 3-point line, plus 20 on the night for Coby White. So he clearly had a massive impact on this game. What I'll say about Coby White is I really admire the effort that he brings into every single game. There was a sequence in this game when Ayo and Coby were playing together, and you already know Ayo to be a very solid defensive player. But when I saw Ayo and Coby on the floor together, just rotating to each other's men, just trying really hard on defense to get stops, and then push the tempo, go out in transition and run, it provides something different to this team. You have the slow tempo of DeMar and Vucevic where, okay, you don't need to run. You can slow the tempo down. You can use your matchups against them, and you can walk away with some easier opportunities in the half-court sets. But then you got guys like Ayo, Derrick Jones, Patrick Williams, Coby White, all these guys that want to run and push the tempo and continue to, I guess, catch the Spurs in transition. And we did both of those things. So I'm very, very happy with Coby White, or with Ayo as well. And I enjoyed when they played together mostly. So it was really, really good to see in those in the second half of that game. I loved every single bit of it. And then the man himself, Andre Drummond. I'm losing my mind. 21 points, 15 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, and 1 block. 9 from 9 from the field today. All of them in the paint. All of them dunks and layups and putbacks and lobs. It was, look, one of the most highlight-worthy performances by the Chicago Bulls, and definitely Andre Drummond's best game as a Chicago Bull. I recently saw a tweet by, I believe, Daniel Greenberg saying that the Bulls are actively shopping Andre Drummond. And it kind of broke my heart a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I felt very disappointed to see that news, because I kind of always felt, look, if it ends up happening and Andre Drummond leaves this Bulls team, I always felt like eventually it would happen. And that's why I said, if he's not playing, it's best to see Andre Drummond move away from this team. But the last 4 games, he's been playing. And not only has he been playing, he's been helping us win. So now that we're getting this, I guess, rumor that Andre Drummond is still on the trade block, is still being shopped by the Chicago Bulls, when he's having these amazing games for this team and he's helping us win and on a consistent level at this point, it's very sad to see, but it's something that I kind of expected. Anyway, we'll wait and see what the future holds for Andre Drummond. But looking at today's game, I mean, clear levels above every single player the Spurs had to offer. Spurs went small ball in this game. I don't necessarily think they have Zach Collins, I believe. So not necessarily the most small ball team we've ever seen, but they do like to play a little bit smaller. They like to have those switches. They like to rotate. And at the end of the day, Andre Drummond took advantage of every little bit of that with his rebounding, his dunks, his post moves. He even did the too small celebration after a layup in which he got his own offensive rebound. He bullied his way into the paint. Just a phenomenal night for Andre Drummond. This was Piston-esque from Andre Drummond, let's say. This is a stat line you would see from Andre Drummond on the Detroit Pistons. And I'm very, very happy we got to have at least one of those amazing performances on in a Bulls uniform, and I hope he's going to be here for the long term now. I've always said, if Andre Drummond is playing, I'd love to keep him. But if he wasn't playing, it's time to move him on, because his contract is it's a good asset to have. But we'll wait and see what ends up happening. I really hope he continues to play, and if he continues to play, I hope he stays here and continues to help us win. It's as simple as that. An incredible night. Derrick Jones Jr., 5 points and 3 rebounds with 1 assist, 2 steals, and 2 incredible blocks as well. His blocks were unforgettable in many ways, and again, a very, very good night for Derrick Jones. He made 1 3-point shot, 1 from 2 from the field as well. Love to see it. Another good performance from Derrick Jones. He's had a very good month of January. Hopefully this is the beginning of what could be a good month for February as well. Goran Dragic, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists in this game. I think the connection with Andre Drummond and Goran Dragic is back in every sense of the word, and I'm glad that it is back, because it was working so well for us at the beginning of the season. And then the rest is garbage time. Shout out to Dalen Terry, who got a block in this game, if I'm not mistaken, and 2 points. Tony Bradley got some points in this as well. And that's really it for the Chicago Bulls. Looking at the must improve, I don't feel like it is absolutely necessary at all to give a must improve in this time out. I can't think of one person that really let this Bulls team down today. A true team effort in every sense of the word. So shout out to the team for stepping up in this time out. My player of the game is without a shadow of a doubt Andre Drummond. Shout out to Vucevic, who pretty much had a very similar stat line, but Andre Drummond was doing that off of the bench. I believe my friend told me, and I'm sure this is on Twitter somewhere, that it was the first time that someone had a 20 and 15 night off of the bench since Taj Gibson in 2013 or something along those lines. And that is a great, great moment for Andre Drummond. I'm happy that the Bulls fans gave him a standing ovation. He thoroughly deserves it. And I'm looking forward to see what can happen in the future if he remains on this team. Hopefully he can continue to play. That's what we all want to see. That's what we all want to feel when he does come in and bring that energy. That energy is key. Not only is he a good rebounder, not only can he bully smaller guys, but he brings energy. He's screaming. His ability to be vocal on the court as well. A very, very good guy to have off the bench, if I do say so myself. The Bulls record is 26 and 27. Glad we got the victory today, ladies and gentlemen. The first night of a back-to-back, but we've got a very difficult test in our next game against the Memphis Grizzlies. It's difficult for a variety of reasons. We're traveling to Memphis after a game in Chicago. I'm not from America. I don't know how long the travels are and whatnot, but traveling from east to west, I can already tell is going to be a nightmare, and I hate when we see that happen for every team, not just the Chicago Bulls. Memphis are second in the West, I believe, right now as we speak, or they're around the top 4, and they have been struggling, to be fair, but that's always a dangerous team that you've got to have your eyes and ears focused on. And with the Bulls potentially going to be low on energy on this game, it does scream like Memphis are going to be, I guess, the favourites to win that game. But again, if the Bulls bring their confidence, there's a massive, massive opportunity here to win this game against Memphis and climb to the 500 mark. And then after that, you can figure it out from there. You can obviously, again, if we win that game afterwards against Brooklyn, then all of a sudden we're above 500, and I don't think we've seen that all season really. It's really like, I think the first time we saw it maybe was our first game. We beat the Miami Heat. I can't remember the last time we were 500 or above 500 at that. So yeah, look, it's a big opportunity here, and again, this is the barrier that we have to fight over. We've always trying to talk about let's get to 500, let's get to 500, let's try and get to above 500. And every time we come close, we let ourselves down. Well, this is the closest we've ever been. Let's not let ourselves down this time. Let's actually try and overcome this barrier. And hopefully that consistent run can come from there. The confidence of this Bulls team fighting it out, battling past 500. And then it could hopefully get easier from there. At least I think it can be. So we shall wait and see. Will that run come? Will that big stretch of Bulls positivity come? I really do hope so. We'll wait and see. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.